Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Mrs. Simmons, and today we're going to go back to an activity that we've done before, but we're going to change it up a little bit and make it a little bit more challenging. So, if you remember the activity called Double Handed Penny Addition 1 through 20, we're going to go back to that, but we're going to change it up, like I said. So, for today's activity, you will need these directions. And if you still have a blank recording sheet, you can get that out. If you don't, because you used it with the other video, all you need is a piece of scrap paper and you can crease it down the middle like I did. And then you have your own blank recording sheet to put some of your work on today. You're also going to need some additional scrap paper, something to write with, and of course, your pennies. So when you get those things, you can come back and visit me. Also, in today's lesson, before we even do any of the activities, I'm going to go over with you some of the strategies and some of the ways that you can choose to use to add and subtract two-digit numbers by two-digit numbers. Now, if you remember in the beginning activity, we were only working with single digits, but I think we're ready to bump it up. So get your supplies and come back and visit. As I said in the game, you're going to have two-digit numbers plus two-digit numbers. And then we're going to add another step to that too. You'll see at the end of this video. So I just chose two random numbers, which we're going to use our pennies to get our numbers in a minute. So I'm going to show you how to do 46 plus 82. And we're going to use a strategy that I know you're familiar with. So what I'm going to do with my 46 is I'm going to decompose it into 40 and 6. I'm showing the tens and the ones. I'm also going to decompose my 82 into 80 and 2. So now I have a little bit friendlier, simpler numbers to work with. I know that 40 and 80 equals 120, and 6 and 2 equals 8. So now all I have to do is add those together, and I get 128. Do you know what strategy I used? I said the word. Did you get the name of the last strategy right? That's right. We used the strategy called decomposing. Now, if that doesn't work for you and you'd like to do it a different way, I'm going to show you another way you could do it. We're going to use our same equation, 46 plus 82, and we're going to use what's called an open number line. Now, in an open number line, you can start anywhere you want. So I'm going to start with my highest number of 82. I know that I need to add 46 to 82 to get the sum. So what I'm going to do, and you can choose to do this in different ways, whatever works best for you, is I'm going to do some jumps of 10. So I'm going to do a 10. If I went from 82 and added 10, I'm at 92. I'm going to jump another 10. I have to go 46. If I add that, it's kind of not a real friendly number, but I kind of know that 92 plus 10 is going to give me 102, thinking of my place value. I'm going to add another 10 because I'm not to 46 yet. That's going to be adding another 10, so I'm at 112. And I still have to add another 10. So now I'm at 122. And now I've used all four tens, so now I have to jump my 6 ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me make sure I did it right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's count. 122, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. My sum is 128. And I remember from when I decomposed that those two numbers match. So this strategy is called, did you get the name of the last strategy? That was called using an open number line. So we've gone over decomposing and using an open number line. We have one last strategy I'm going to show you that has to do with drawing a little bit. So we're still going to use our 46. We're still going to add our 82. And we're going to draw base 10 blocks. So if you remember, you have rods that are 10, you have units that are 1, and you have flats that are 100. So for 46, I'm going to show what that would look like. So I would have 4 rods. I'm not a great jar, but I'm going to give it a chance. And then 6 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'll do. Now I have to draw 8 rods or 8 tens. This is a little like decomposing, isn't it? But it's just a pictorial thing, and some people would rather see the pictures than the breakdown of the numbers. So I have my 8 tens and I have my 2 ones. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put all my tens together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 ones. Something doesn't look exactly right because I know that I can't have 12 tens, but I can change that around. So I know with 12 tens, I can take out 10 tens or 100, right? So I'm going to take out the 10 tens, and that's going to make this left with 2 tens, and those 10 tens turn into what? 1, and this is going to be hard to draw. This is the flats. You know that stands for 100, right? So I have my 100. My 2 tens are still left. And I still have my 8 ones. So if I put it all together and use my place value, I have a 1 in the hundreds place, a 2 in the tens place, and an 8 in the ones place. There's that sum again of 128. So just another strategy you might want to use. Now that we've reviewed 3 different strategies for how to add 2-digit numbers plus 2-digit numbers, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the double-handed penny activity, but just a little bit different. So I want you to make sure you have your 20 pennies. I want you to make sure you have a recording sheet, some scrap paper, and a pencil. And I'm going to show you how we're going to get our numbers to practice addition of 2-digit numbers plus 2-digit numbers. Okay, I have my material set up so you can see how I'm doing this. Notice I took the 20 pennies and I separated them into 2 different piles. Go ahead and do that now so that you'll be ready to work with me. So what you're going to do, in the previous game, you would just randomly pick up pennies in your hand, and you would pick up pennies in the other hand, and then you would just add the 2 numbers together. But for us to get 2-digit numbers, we're going to do this just a little bit differently. So what I want you to do is close your eyes, and you're going to just separate some of the pennies on this side and close your eyes and separate some of the pennies on this side so that they fall into actually 4 groups now. So this is how you're going to get your number. On your left-hand side, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 64. And on my right-hand side, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those are going to be my 2 numbers. So then what I want you to do is use one of your strategies that we went over, or something that works for you. And I want you to go ahead and figure out the sum of those 2 numbers. When you find out your sum, come back and check with me. I used the strategy of decomposing my numbers. So I took my 64 and I decomposed it into 60 plus 4, and my 55 and I decomposed it into 50 plus 5. And if you look at the way you separate them, these are your 10s, these are your 1s. So then I took my 60 plus 5 and I knew that equaled 110. Or you can think of it as 100 and then a 10 left over. And then my 1s I put together, my 4 and my 5 equaled 9. So I got a sum of 119. What strategy did you use, and did you get the same answer? So then we can put it on our recording sheet. So we know that 64 plus 55 equals 119. Now what I want you to do is continue playing the game on your own, coming up with different equations. Put your pennies back together. Remember, you're going to close your eyes. You're going to separate this side. You're going to close your eyes. You're going to separate this side. You're going to create a 2-digit number, and a 2-digit number, add them together to get the sum, and then you can check your work with either if someone's playing with you, or you can use another strategy and make sure you're getting the same answer. Have fun! I hope you're ready. Remember, I told you in the beginning of this video that I was going to give you a challenge at the end. This is a real challenge. So if you're ready and you feel pretty comfortable with what you are doing, then we're going to move on to the challenge problem. If you still feel like you need to work a little bit more on the 2-digit plus 2-digit, by all means, stay with that. And then when you're ready, come back and try the challenge problem. So if you're ready, you need the same materials. Take a deep breath and get ready. Have you guessed what we're going to do? You might have guessed that we're going to try and add 3-digit numbers plus 3-digit numbers. So if you'll look, I still have 2 separate groups of 10 pennies, but I kind of divided them into 3 groups by just closing my eyes and moving them around. So now we're going to build a 3-digit number. So in this group, I have 3, 3, 4. So 334 plus I have a 2, 4, and another 4. And I have to find the sum of 334 plus 244. I know we can do this. So we're going to still use decomposing. So if I decompose this time, I'm going to have 3 place values to decompose. So I'm going to take apart my hundreds, and I have 300. I'm going to take apart my tens, and I have 3 tens or 30. And my ones is 4. Same thing on this side, 3 different things. So my 200, 4 tens is 40, and my 4. Now I'm going to bring them down here. So I have 300 plus 200. I have 30 tens plus 40 tens. And I have 4 ones plus 4 ones. Let's see what happens if we put this all together. So 300 plus 200, those are friendly numbers. 500. 30 tens plus 40 tens is 70 tens. And 4 ones plus 4 1 is 8. So if I fill in my place value, I have 578. I did it. I know you can do it too. So what I want you to do is go ahead and put your pennies in a pile again. You're going to try it on your own, and you're going to separate them into 3 piles on each side and build a 3-digit number. Can I put this on my recording sheet? Absolutely. So I'm proud that I did it. So there we have a 3-digit number plus a 3-digit number. Now you might use a different strategy. You use whatever you're comfortable using, and make sure you check your answer. Have fun!